Good evening, everyone. I know it's the last panel of the entire day. Kudos to each and every one of you sitting right here till the end. Can we please have a round of applause for you guys first before we start our conversation? Thank you so much. I think at the end of this day, there are probably two things which have happened so far. One, you've absorbed so much of MarTech that I'm sure one of you all can at least start and launch your own platform by now. Yeah, and second, probably everybody is thinking that, when's the food being served? We want our coffee, we can't keep our eyes open. But here's my promise, trust me, this is the last session. It will be worth your final burst of attention. So I'm Shani Toshi, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer at Gallagher Insurance Brokers in India, and your chairperson for this conversation. Well, my world intersects, amongst chaotic problems, too many things happening at once. Marcom, you all know, with AI integrated, it's become a nightmare for us to justify the content that we are creating alongside the genuine, authentic conversations that we have to keep flowing, and the customer expectations that are evolving faster than our campaign calendars. So it's just fitting that today's session is so relevant, and it's going to be one interesting panel for you guys. Because let's be honest, earlier Martech used to be a good to have thing. You use Martech, very nice. But in 2025 and coming 2026, there are questions like, oh, how are you even functioning without it, right? I'm sure there must be at least one or two platforms that we must be using or planning to use after today. We are now serving customers who expect real-time responses, personalized experiences, and frictionless journeys, all while switching apps and experiences faster than the lightning speed. So, and do you know, only 18% of the brands feel that they can deliver this kind of connected experiences. So what about the remaining set of brands? What are we doing about it? How are we leveraging the whole AI, the MarTech, the platforms, the LLMs, the entire, no-code workflows, APIs, automations? What are we doing about it? That's where the no-code workflows, APIs, adaptive journeys stop being the buzzwords and they start becoming our survival strategies as marketeers. Today, we are joined by three exceptional leaders, each bringing very different lens to the future of MarTech, from enterprise scale APIs to behavior-led automation to global customer experience design. So let's dive straight in with energy, clarity, and hopefully a little fun along the way, assuming this is the last session. So let's start with Anand. Anand, leading MarTech innovation at Birla Opus Paints, you've built automation inside a complex ecosystem. So today brands want speed without depending on heavy engineering. Where do you think no-code automation platforms offer the biggest real-world advantage? And where must organizations still rely on deeper engineering and API-led solutions?
I think you have kind of answered in your question itself. Uh, I think personally, the best user segment that is going to be benefited from this kind of tools, automation journeys, are the business folks, right? Especially those who are kind of doing experimentation. They want to catch the result from low-hanging fruit. So those things are, this very easy to do with these kind of flows. Because in my experience, what I've seen, when we get into designing customer experience, consumer journeys, we get into a lot of discussions. We are analyzing so many things, what if scenarios, edge cases, and there are multiple alignments, coming on the way. So I think, and I feel that's very natural to us Indians, right? We love to analyze. No wonder cricket is our most favorite sport, because after every ball, the equation changes, and after every over we love to analyze 5 data points, and
Probably overanalyze.
yeah, definitely
And overthink.
overanalyze, definitely overanalyze. But that's how we are. So that comes naturally to our, work life as well. So we, so here's a better thing to do if you are a marketeer. Don't get into complex discussions. Try it out first yourself without the need of any, tech guy. Do it on your own. Use these workflows for a simple journey. Maybe something that is caters to most of your large chunk of audience. Bring a simple journey. Create 2-3 segments of, your customers. Bring, formulate 3-4 communication strategies. Just try it out and see the results in like 1 or 2 weeks. Gather the data and then go back to your teams and scale it up and integrate with APIs with 10 different functions and cater to the large use case. So I think that's how.
So are you saying that we should be just doing trial and error and learn on the go?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Moving on to Sonal, as the digital marketing head at Kenstar, you sit across product, brand, and customer life cycles where automation meets the actual buying moments. How can brands design adaptive journeys that don't just react to behavior, but actually predict the intent and personalize in real time without overwhelming the customer? Because sometimes the customer gets overwhelmed with so many options and so many experience touch points. So what is it that you suggest?
So the future of customer journey is not reactive, it is predictive. So now brand have understanding of both data and technology. But you have to understand what kind of tonology your audience will understand. So you need to provide a solution instead of overwhelming. So here comes into the picture of 3 pillars. First is unified data. So currently, most of the organization or companies are using data, but the data is fragmented. But if you have unified data, so unified data is a collection of all data, like whether it is from the retailer or a person is coming into your website, browsing something, or doing chat, or calling you. So you have a data at one place. For example, if a person is coming into your website and browsing some product, and you are changing using WhatsApp or different media channels, but they bought your product from offline store, but you have no information about that data. So you are wasting your money. So if you have a unified data, then you can resolve your problem. And as per the report of McKinsey, if you are using data not fragmented, unified data, then your conversion will increase by 20 to 30%. And secondly, you can use real-time search engine type of adaptive journey. So whenever so I have also seen that whenever user is coming in your website or using your apps, you need to provide the information that the person is looking for. Like if he is looking for a mixer grinder, then you need to provide information related to mixer grinder, not a microwave. Okay. So he is looking for mixer grinder. With the help of adaptive real-time journey, you can implement the real thing, like whether he is looking for his family or only for himself. So whether he is looking for 500 watt mixer, 750 watt mixer, or 1000 watt of mixer. So by the help of it, you can get more conversion. And third and most important is prediction. So you can predict only by understanding your audience. If you are not understanding, then you cannot predict. So as per the report of Accenture, 83% of the users want to share the data. But they want to share the data just if you provide relevant stuff to them. Otherwise, they are not. So for example, if you are missing something on a card and you are sending a WhatsApp notification or a push notification, you left something at 8:32 p.m. So instead of this, you can write something related to, like here is a comparison table. You left something, here is a comparison table. So as per the research, if you do something related to this thing, then your conversion, your awareness will increase.
So I believe you're saying that it should be more of a pull strategy rather than a push strategy.
Yeah.
But the mixer grinder example is very, very relevant. I'm not sure. Can we raise hands? Like, how many of y'all search random things and then y'all keep seeing all those things? Yeah? so many of y'all, right? I mean, the other day I was just looking for my daughter's sunglasses, and I could see all ranges of sunglasses and tropical destinations that I can go on to. Like the word sunglasses was picked up in so many different ways. I could not even imagine this could happen. So I think we've all faced that. Now, changing the perspective a little bit, coming to Sheena, with your global product experience, you've seen how challenging it is to scale automation across different regions and customer expectations. How do you balance automation efficiency with human-led authenticity when scaling digital experiences globally? I think there are a lot of jargons and a lot of words in that, but I hope you simplify it for us.
Yes. Thank you, Ishani. So I will take it as two parts, the question. One is bringing in the human experience, and the second one is scaling the automation journeys. I'll just ignore that for now. So to bring in the human empathy or to bring in the human connection, we have to understand that automations and customer journeys are basically executions that we need a human to come in and set the brand tone, the content, what is going to go out. The brand voice basically needs to come out in every touch point of your communications. Sometimes that also means that, for example, sometimes like you come on the website, you find you download an ebook, it can be a 17 touch point automation or a customer journey. Sometimes what happens is when your brand is more premium, you will tend to scale down on the number of touch points versus something more mass. One example I can give for that is Big Basket versus Swiggy. Like if you see the Big Basket brand voice, it is more family friendly, oriented, freshness, savings, versus Swiggy, which would be new, convenience, exciting. And one of the best customer journeys or automations I have seen so far has been Big Basket's mango selling journey every year in summer. They have an in-depth WhatsApp experience that allows you to pick the type of mango you want depending on where you are, get it delivered fresh, and that has one of the strongest response rates that I have seen. So when you bring in that bland flavor, when you bring in the authenticity, when you target the right audience for your brand, it brings in that wonderful authenticity.
I think the emotional touch point is what you're talking about
Yes.
here. Yeah, I think that's the exact key word, because I think the more emotionally available you are for your customer, the more they are.
Yes.
I
Your
mean,
authenticity needs to show, and it should not just be like a random campaign that is mass sent out to everybody, but your actual values, your authenticity, your outlook at current events or something, that is something that really brings out the authenticity in your brand.
fair. Now, the next question is for all three of you all. What is the single biggest challenge organizations must solve in the coming year 2026 to unlock true automation and connected journeys? Anand, would you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So I think still not all the organizations have found the key to having a unified view. I think that is very important for any automation to be successful, because when the data is in silos, you will not get the full picture. So I think there are still, many organizations have to do this.
Fair. Sheena?
Yeah. So I think in 2026, especially for India, we have the DPDP Act launched, which is going to govern a lot of ID resolution, data subject rights. And for every automation that we run, we have to be very cognizant of these events. So I think that's going to be an opportunity/challenge for marketers in 2026 in India to solve.
I think I would love to see how the DPDP Act revolves and how it evolves with the current scenario. And there's so many conspiracy theories also going around with it. So time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then-
unified intelligence layer, it is the foundation of any data.
Fair. Okay, coming to the last and the final leg of our conversation, my favorite, rapid fire question. And I think I'll keep it open for the audience as well, if you all are interested, and I would want to hear and see if you all are listening to this panel or not. Yeah, I'm a little... One word or one sentence. automation superpower every marketer needs in 2026? Quick.
Unified data.
Banned, that word is banned for you now.
Experimentation.
Experimentation. Sheena?
Empathetic journeys.
Empathetic journeys. Sonal?
Predictive.
Predictability. Okay. Somebody from the audience would want to answer? Yeah? SLMs. Right. Okay. One MarTech tool you cannot live without.
Analytics.
Analytics.
I'm
Broad.
going to say N8N because it democratizes the autonomous journey.
Oh yes, my favorite as well.
CDP.
Anyone from the audience? One MarTech tool you cannot live without? Come on guys, are you guys awake or no? I'm sure everybody uses one tool at least. Yes? Employee advocacy. Very interesting. Web applicants. Web analytics. Ah, okay. Anyone else? No? Yes? Yes? SEO or GEO?
Now Geo.
SEO? Sure. Okay. Data or creativity, what wins when there's a conflict?
Okay, this is
I
a
don't
tough
want
one.
answer of both and diplomacy over here. I want to be very brutally honest answer.
I would say creativity.
Creativity?
I would pick data.
Left brain versus right brain, this is. Sonal?
Data with creativity.
See? Diplomatic answer. Anybody? Data or creativity? What would you pick? Okay, let's do a poll. Data. How many of you all think data wins the game? 3, 4, 6? Okay, how many of you all think creativity wins the game? Yay, clear winner. My favorite as well. I think that was one question that I answered in the other speaker section as well. I think creativity definitely wins the game because data can say what it can say, but human emotions say better. And last question, one automation myth that needs to die.
So basically, AI is your co-pilot. It is not a pilot. Pilot is you. You are the pilot.
Yeah, good one. Sheena?
Actually, very similar that that automations help you. They are not a solution. Yeah.
They are not a solution. Ah, okay.
Okay. One myth, I think automation is not about just sending blast with a CTA. It's much more than that.
It's much more than that. Anyone would want to answer that? No? I'll spare you. Yeah, sure. Yes, please. Correct. It's the prompt that you put. Yes. Correct. Correct. Absolutely agreed. Anyone else wants to take an answer? No? Okay, fair. I think you guys have been an amazing audience and I'm glad you all were awake for this conversation. Thank you, Anand, Sonal, and Sheena. And thank you to everyone here for shaping the next decade of MarTech. If there's one thing that I take away today, it's that automation doesn't replace marketers, it just helps us to get more strategic, more creative, and more human, right? So, the future of marketing isn't about replacing intuition with algorithms. It's about combining intelligence with imagination to build experiences that can anticipate, adapt, and accelerate growth. That's it, signing out from this. Thank you, Martech. Thank you, all of you. Thanks for being such an amazing audience. Thank you so much.